On Tuesday last, a motion was moved in this chamber to bring the Minister with responsibility for defence to the chamber to address the emergency air ambulance situation. The Minister came here, I asked 5 questions, he answered none. Unlike Minister Ross, who was here yesterday, who was unable to answer questions because of time constraints, who undertook to provide answers individually to people. It is simply not good enough that a Minister who is brought to this House to deal with an emergency situation refuses to deal with the situation and refuses to answer questions. Today's Irish Times carries a letter from a retired Captain Sean McCarthy, who wholeheartedly refutes the position taken by the Minister on the recent decision to scale back the air ambulance service. He makes a number of important points. When the service was set up in 2012, military leadership was already indicating that pilot retirement was having an adverse effect on the Air Corps. As we all know, this has worsened in recent years with the loss of experienced aviators, technicians and air traffic controllers. The squadron that has kept the emergency air ambulance service running since 2012 is down to two crews, where it's supposed to have 10. Yet in 2015, the White Paper on Defence said the emergency air ambulance service should be made permanent and sustainable. Indeed, a project group was set up by the department, but this has never happened. There is no project group.
Senator, but we had a debate on this the other day.
I'm sorry, we had called for a debate, but the Minister did not engage by providing answers. And this is an important public health issue.
Well, was he not present?
Sorry?
Was he not present?
He was present but did not answer the questions and has made no effort whatsoever to come back and address the 5 questions I put before him.
Well,
and that is simply
that's
not
probably
good
a matter for a commencement debate or a separate debate. I'm not too sure it's relevant right now.
There is no point in calling for a debate with a Minister who refuses to answer questions.
Well, I can't judge as to what he answered or not.
It's there in black and white.
A debate was called for and he was present.
Anyhow, let's go here. The letter that I'm adverting to today is topical today because it is published in the Irish Times today. We did not have this information.
You're looking at it as a fresh item.
This is fresh information from a captain who retired from the Air Corps, who flew the air ambulance emergency chopper for 12 months.
Okay.
So,
we will hear the leader in response.
Yes, absolutely. Asking the Coast Guard, this captain says asking the Coast Guard to double up is merely a sticking plaster. Minister Keogh's sticking plaster solutions are being applied to a life and death scenario. This is what this man says. What's most concerning about the letter is that it is written by this captain, a former air ambulance emergency helicopter who retired after 16 years service. It is literally from the horse's mouth that he believes, and so do I, that to shrug off as an unforeseen consequence the civilian market demand for Air Corps pilots is insulting. I stand in support of the air ambulance emergency crews. I stand in support of the people of Roscommon and the Midlands. I stand in support of retired Captain Sean McCarthy.
Thank you,
what has gone on is unacceptable. And if the Minister is to come in here again, he might at least do us the courtesy of answering the questions, and if he's stuck for time, he can write to us individually and provide answers. Thank you, Thank you.